Few truths on humanity in case you're struggling with your own. I'm a psychotherapist, psychologist, coach. My name's Poppy. Welcome. Take what you want, leave what you don't. Nobody's immune to the pain and the suffering and the loneliness, the isolation, the overwhelm, the anger, the grief, the shame, and the fear. No one. Here's a few things I know from walking around the world today. These are not clients, these are people I've met. Went to get my nails done. There's a woman there, she's a bit bitchy, bit of an attitude. And over the course of being there, I hear her say, my husband's just died. I'm left with nothing. I don't know what to do. I don't know who she was talking to on the phone. However, it gave me a different perspective on her way of being, or at least my experience of her way of being. I softened to her, seeing, here's my sister over there, suffering. Different than me. However, pain's pain. I walked up, I was going up the road with the dog, and the dog's older, he's got some pains of his own. And he's being slow. And outside of this bar is a woman on the phone, crying. She's saying something about PhD, something to do with study. And she's overwhelmed. And Rocket decides to take a shit. So I mouthed to her. She's in the middle of this private conversation down a back street in tears. And as she's looking at the dog, he's a Pomeranian Papillon mix, she starts to smile. And I thought, there's life in action, is presumably is just having an animal around, a cute one, that can help. And maybe another human with her in her moment of overwhelm. And she started coming up with ideas as to how to fix the situation. And I thought, a lot can happen when we realize we're not alone. You're not alone. Whatever you're going through, I promise you, with 3 decades of experience working with anyone from psychiatric, mentally ill, severe and enduring staff, to someone top of their game, you'd think they've got it all, everything's perfect because they got the money, the man and the everything else. There's pain there too. The more you get to know about psychology, the more that you know we are very, very alone often, pretending we're not wearing a mask when we are. A lot of people make a lot of money from us thinking that we are alone and that we need something outside of us to fix it. In my mind, the only thing outside of us we need to help us is knowing that we are tribal beings. And when we don't exist in tribes or have a sense that we can, we suffer a ton. There's lots of other things, culture, where we don't speak into things and the food is fucking corrupt, so's the water for that matter. And what's going on the news, if we can call it that, and social media and so on. People are invested in us being against each other. I'm your sister, you're mine, or my brother, or a human. You can look at life, obviously, the way you would like to. However, what I would encourage us to do is to know that whoever we vote for, however much we weigh, whatever colour our eyes are, we have the same fears, we have the same hopes, we have the same dreams. We would like to be seen, heard, understood, and made to feel in some kind of way that we matter. So my suggestion to you, firstly, is to go easy on yourself if you're suffering and struggling. Partly that may be your approach. You may be being very, very hard on yourself. We're tribal beings. We get to be around other people and we get to be truthful about what's going on in our world. I suffer too, a lot, a ton. However, that's part of what this world is about, is overcoming, understanding who you are, what makes you you, what has not been okay, and what gets to now be okay because you're here. And you get to put your beautiful energy signature on something to make your mark, even if somebody else may get intimidated because of your greatness. That is okay. Life is not linear. It's not always going to be a certain way. It's seasonal. Sometimes we get to replenish. Sometimes we're exhausted. Sometimes we're depressed. Sometimes we're in a breakthrough time where there's something coming through. Something gets to stop. Something gets to change. Something gets to shift. There's very little wrong with you, if anything. And we haven't even met. What I'm guessing is wrong is the way that you talk to you about the life you should be having. We get to be much more gentle and much more kind and much more respecting, thank you. To take a look in the mirror and remember what you've been through, what you've overcome, and what you stand to gain if you care for you a little bit more. 1% shift in pursuit of you really being someone that you take care of, that you talk to respectfully and gently with love. And if and when you feel in fear about other humans and what we're doing out here, what I would say is, for the most part, we're doing the best we can with what we've got. We're scared too. If people are behaving in odd ways, it's fear. Fear or love. That's where we're coming from. So if you look around the place and you see things that don't feel loving, or you look at yourself and your behavior across the last day, week, month, year, decade, and you see things you're not proud of, in some kind of way you were surviving, in some kind of a way you were doing the best you could with what you have. Now, like me, you get to decide, okay, is there anything I could do better? Is there anything I'd like to improve? Is there anything I could do that would be more representative of the truth of really, really, truly, madly, deeply who I am and what I stand for? Could I be a bit more tender with myself and a bit more assuming of innocence for other people? Yes, there are terrible things going on. However, very little of it you're going to hear on the news. That's another issue. There's a lot that people stand to gain through keeping you feeling sick, twisted, heavy, overwhelmed, unimportant. A lot of people stand to gain a lot with you having the idea you're not all that, my love, when you are. 1 in 400 trillion chance you have of being here, looking like that. Born to the genetic makeup you are, to the parents you are, to the time you have been born. 1 in 400 trillion chance, and you are here. Wow. Congratulations, and I'm so sorry at the same time. We can be an inspiration, we can be a warning, we can be whatever we want to be. However, what I'd say to you is what Tony Robbins taught me and millions of us. Choose what you focus on. Move that damn body of yours in whatever small way that you can. And be very mindful of the language that you use. How you talk to you. We're spelling abracadabra. Everything we're saying to ourselves, to the cosmos, out loud to other people, are declarations. Louise Hay said that. What we say to ourselves and to others, declaration of what we would like more of. What are you saying to yourself, about your potential, about others, about life? It's very powerful language. Get a handle on it, my love, and you'll have way more power. You have a lot of power. And there are a lot of people working full time to ensure that you don't know that. You're a sovereign soul, my love. You're royal. And anytime you choose, you get to pick up your damn robe, put it on, have a look in the mirror, and say good morning to yourself and ask yourself what you can do today to help yourself be happy. And by default, you'll be leaving that energy signature of yours wherever you go, based on what you're thinking about, how you're coaching you, how you're talking to you and treating you is going to impact me and the rest of us out here, your brothers and sisters. Let's pay more attention to what we're thinking about, what we're saying yes to and no to ourselves, and what's going on anywhere else in an echo chamber of probably not much truth, to be honest. What would do your heart good today for you to do, for you, between you and you, an agreement that you get to make between you and you about what you will do, what you won't do, what you will say and what you won't say. 1% shift in the direction you would like to go. That's what you get to do. and it will impact me and all of the rest of us. Every time you make very specific decisions, choice points, everything is a choice point. How would you like to think? How would you like to feel? How would you like to be? And what would you like to do? Those are choices you get to make, my love. You're in control. Anytime you choose, you can change your mind, what you're feeling, and what you're doing. And in the meantime, I'd say really gently be kind. Everything changes, everything moves. And in the meantime, I send enormous love. If you're interested in Thrive Boundaries Mastery, it's a program that a lot of people are getting a lot from. You've got 90 days access. It's up in the bio or in the feed here. Take it with, my love. Send in lots of love.